Hello and welcome to Religious Studies, and I'd love to offer you some exam techniques, some revision techniques for being a successful student in religious studies. The first thing and the most fundamental thing is do plan a revision timetable. Know what you're doing on each particular evening after school, or if you have study leave, then make sure you know what you're doing in each given day and plan your time. Secondly, make sure that you're just not sitting there reading information. If you do that, then you have no guarantee that that information is actually going to be processed and actually sit in the long-term memory, because that is where we need it to go. So how do we get it there? How do we become a little bit, let's say, a bit more interactive, a bit more proactive, so we can actually really process information? Flashcards are a great tool. Test yourself. Write the question on one side and the answer on the other. Even better, get somebody else to test you. But the beauty is with flashcards is, of course, they allow you to revise independently, so you don't have to rely on somebody else. Create mind maps. The great thing with mind maps is if you place them in a place in your bedroom or in the house where you regularly look, then you are constantly kind of rehearsing that information. Rehearsal means that you eventually will process it and it will sit in the long-term memory. But don't just rely on, well, if it's on the wall, I'll probably just process it. Do make, obviously, an actual assertive effort to make sure you look at those mind maps. The other thing, and the obvious thing, is of course past papers. Practice questions from past papers. If you don't have any of these, then please let your teacher know and they will be able to email you those, put them on Show My Homework or Teams, or physically give you the past papers. As a department, we will distribute these nearer the GCSE. Another good thing is practice with another person. Don't necessarily need flashcards, but get them to question you. Maybe just give them your exercise book and they can formulate questions based upon that. Learn some key religious quotes. This is probably, with RS, one of the biggest ones you can do. Have yourself a pool of about 5 that you can use for each and every unit that you do, so that they can just be generically applied. You can use the same quotes over and over again. The exam board will not mind. And finally, you may want to use mnemonics. Mnemonics, funny word. For example, my very eager mother just served us 9 pizzas. A way of remembering the order of the planets in our solar system. Apply a key letter to each of the key things that you need to learn, and this will be a bit of a cue just for helping you remember the narrative that comes afterwards. All the very best of luck, guys, with the revision process.